thing, landmarkproject.com. I believe that's part of the David Warlick collection of sites, and you can contribute and read what others are doing.
I believe so. Time out. Getting some funky audio.
Me too. Some strange echo.
Yeah. Jen, can you talk?
Sure. Is it coming from me?
Yep.
It is?
I think
I
so,
haven't
because you're
touched
the only
anything.
one.
Okay, you want me to mute my mic? Want me
Try
to
that.
use the...
Try just muting the mic for now. Okay, she's muted. John, can you talk?
I'm talking now, and so far I'm not hearing myself back.
Yep, likewise. Okay, Jen, you can unmute.
Okay.
Can you double check that
Are you
your
hearing it
microphone
again?
is set to the USB and that your speaker is set? Maybe your speaker can be set to your USB also. Oh, we can get up close as Jen is contemplating these challenges.
Okay, is that any better or no?
John, can you talk?
No?
I can talk now, and I'm still hearing the echo coming from me back to Jen and then back to me or something.
Yep. All right, in that case, Jen, if you can just mute when you're not talking.
Oh, that stinks. Okay.
But you can interrupt, you can unmute to interrupt and heckle or
So
whatever.
it just started, though? It just started all of a sudden?
Kind of. I wasn't noticing during the pre-show.
I didn't notice it during the pre-show either, but I wasn't able to talk, apparently.
That's true.
So I wasn't hearing
Okay,
myself
so-
because nobody was hearing me.
So if I mute, it's fine then. So I'll mute unless I'm talking, okay?
Right. Okay, so it's your turn now. Time it.
Okay, and I should have put these next two links in rather, made more sense when I was talking about the Microsoft acquisition, but looks like, as we mentioned at the beginning of the year, this is going to be the year of filtering for all these Web 2.0 companies, and there are a couple links I just put in. One that Wired purchased Ars, is this how you say this? Ars Technica, ARS Technica, which we refer to a lot here on EdTech Weekly. And also another company we mention a lot, which is CNET, was acquired by CBS. So hopefully keep your fingers crossed. Both of these sources will continue to be great and on the spot for us now that they're purchased by bigger entities. So I should have included those. And also, I wanted to put in a quick link on a totally unrelated thing to the TILT, I believe that's how you say it, TLT 2008 conference that was held in Canada this week. They did just a fantastic job of sending out Twitters and Flickrs and slide shares of all the cool, neat things that were happening. So you can take a peek. Probably one of the nicest roundups I've seen was on Darcy Norman's blog, where he links to all the different ways that you can try to connect to what happened last week. So give that a peek. Talk to you soon. I'm going to mute now.
All right, and this one comes from Jason Robertshaw, only minutes old, from Twitter, searchcrystal.com, a very funky new search aggregation kind of thing where not only does it search multiple search engines, but it does it in a Web 2.0 way where there are spokes and multi-dimensional funky connections and things. So searchcrystal.com for funky searching. Maybe I should talk longer and a little bit more boring to give people a chance to say hello.
What was that course again that we should go to?
That's EFL537.com/hello.
All right. Well, my next link is Ask 500, Ask500 People, ask500people.com, which is a survey site where you can ask a question and submit it, and some of the questions show up on the front page of the site, and you can answer those questions. I'm looking now. Let's see. You seek to purchase a new chair to use at your computer. Which one do you buy? And it gives you 4 options, one made in China, one made in Europe, Canada, and South America. You can vote on those questions. It shows you votes as they're coming in real time, and separates them by countries so you can see results for specific countries. Very cool. You can submit your own questions like I mentioned, and that's ask500people.com.
Oh, we need a break here. We need to have 2 in between. All right, my next links are related to Adobe. And have we talked about the Adobe Air platform at all? And if we have, I apologize because I didn't pay any attention whatsoever. But it appears to be the development platform for these cool new web-based technologies. And I just put in, if I hit the send button here, put in a link for Snacker, which is S-N-A-K-R. Of course, you can't have that final E-R. It's got to be just an R at the end. And it was developed in Adobe Air, and it is an RSS reader, and they said it is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I did not want to take the time to download one more RSS feed reader, so I did not test it, but Read Write Web used it, and I also wanted just to use this as a quick opportunity to ask, do you guys know how this works, or what Air is all about, and why it's the greatest and most awesome thing ever?
I don't know anything about Air, and wasn't really, I was kind of reluctant to install another Adobe application, so I didn't install this because I didn't, we'll install Air and then it'll take over your system and you won't have any RAM left and whatever. So I was a little afraid of that. I haven't played with Air at all. Could be the best technology ever invented, but I don't know. I do use RSS Ticker, which appears to do the same thing. The idea with Snacker seems to be that the RSS feeds move across the bottom of the screen, and then when you click on them, they pop up and give you the full article. And I use RSS Ticker, which is a similar kind of thing. That's an add-on for Firefox.
And I do like that. That's a nice deal. I also put in the chat room Fresh Air apps. So it's freshairapps.com, which is a list of gazoodles and gazoodles of other Air-related applications. And someplace in our delicious folder of gazillions of links this week, there's also a new competitor for Google Docs put out by Adobe. Have you tried that one yet? I'm trying to land my browser on it right now, but I can't find it. Have you tried that one?
I have not.
Okay, I'll find it and put it in the chat room, and we can talk about that another time.
All right, a simple little link, domaintools.com. This is another site if you're ever looking for a whois or to ping a site, things like that. I used to use dnsstuff.com, and they're still okay, but they've kind of gone to a premium model. So for folks who are looking just for ways to, especially people who kind of manage sites and stuff, domaintools.com is a nice little site. This other one is a way to convert online videos, YouTube or MySpace videos, to MP3 files, which is great. I mean, I often find there's a lot of videos out there that don't have the MP3 component. Like TED Talks, they have video and the audio, but a lot of things don't. And this is a great, easy way. It worked remarkably well and fast to convert those videos to MP3. It's vid2mp3.com.
Cool. So it just extracts the MP3 audio or the audio from the video and gives it to you in an MP3?
It's just like one of those, video extraction sites where you can save the video as a flash file. It does the same thing, just as an MP3.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm still not able to get in the chat room, so I'm just going to talk about this link instead of pasting it in there. But IBM has gone from supercomputers to super rice. They have a project called the World Community Grid at IBM, which is a parallel processing project that's similar to like the SETI at home thing that used to search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Basically, you install this software on your computer, and using your computer's free cycles when you're not doing anything with the computer, then it processes data from a larger project. And one of the things that they're doing is working on trying to develop different strains of rice that produce more rice or more nutritious rice or is less disease resistant or provides better yields. So they're trying to solve some of the world's food problems by developing some better hybrids and using your computer resources to do it if you'll let them.
Muted. We can't hear you.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay. In the spirit of our video extravaganza this week, I just put in a link for 7 leading browser-based video conferencing tools. I think we've tried several of these before, and some we haven't. I know we tried briefly Zoho Meeting. We haven't tried it probably in a good 6 months. I've never heard of or tried Mega Meeting. Have either of you tried any of these? MeBeam. We've used Meebo, but I certainly wouldn't consider that to be web conferencing. TalkBox, Confabio, and Palby. So after we give Uvu a try, maybe next week we'll try some of these other ones. Give them a whirl.
TalkBox sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar.
Yeah, it does.
And I do know we tried the Zoho Meeting, and I think we liked it, but I don't know why we didn't go back to it.
Guess it's my turn, huh? I can't find any of my links. All right, I'll toss this one in. Everything 2.0, I was searching for something, and this site, it's kind of SEO-ish, that lots of Google ads and stuff. But if you're ever looking for a complete list of any tool, it's there. It's like a little bit less friendly version of Mashable, but when I'm compiling resources for my course, sometimes I'm looking for lists of all the different kinds of a tool, and this is a useful resource. It's bobstumple.blogspot.com.
All right, Lifehacker reported a couple weeks ago, and someone submitted this link on getting more from your Canon digital camera. Basically, if you have one of those little Canon point-and-shoot digital cameras, you can download alternate firmware for it, and it goes on the memory card for your computer, or for your camera, and you can actually tell the camera to use that alternate firmware on the card and get all kinds of functionality out of the camera that isn't built in. So you can set up your camera to shoot in RAW mode so that you get actual RAW data instead of JPEG data. You can do bracketed exposures so that you overexpose and underexpose every shot and get like 3 or 4 or 5 different exposures of the same shot. You can do things like get histograms and things that I don't understand. And there are ways to do stereo images and just all kinds of things. And so if you search Lifehacker for it, it's lifehacker.com/376070. You can find the instructions for doing this. It's actually very simple and very easily reversible. Basically, all you do is delete the files off the card, and your camera returns back to normal. So that's one of the advantages, too, there. So cool stuff from Canon.
Okay. I remembered to unmute my mic. The next link I'm putting in was billed as the Google Calendar for groups. So maybe this is something that we would want to try at EdTech Talk. We'll have to give it a whirl and report back. But it's also considered kind of an event planner, so you can have groups post events that are upcoming, and you can send emails from this little tool. It's called spongecell.com, and I played around with it a little bit. I didn't try installing it on a website or anything like that, but just like you can do with Google Calendar, you can embed a little calendar image, and as I said, you can set it up to send out alerts via email and RSS and things like that. So it looks kind of cool. spongecell.com.
What do you use for calendaring these days?
You know what? I'm a Yahoo girl back in the day, so I still use my Yahoo calendar.
I didn't even know Yahoo had a calendar. I'm a Google guy.
I use the Palm desktop software.
Really?
Yeah. It works, does what I need it to do. I just haven't ever migrated to anything else.
Is there an online component?
Nope.
Wow. I just love the fact that I can email myself reminders. I sleep better at night knowing that Google's going to tell me when my dentist appointment is. All right. Mozilla Release Candidate 1 has been released for Firefox, which still works much better for me than Firefox 2. And I'm having all sorts of problems with this latest release of version 2 of Firefox. It's freezing more. It's seemed to kind of stabilize, but I'm not getting much Firefox love these days. And while we're talking about open source stuff, 25 reasons to convert to Linux. We've seen things like this before, but for anyone who's looking for more reasons, it's from BellevueLinux.org.
I disagree with most of those.
Really? Why?
They're things that, okay, Linux is open source, free and open source software. So you can download the source code for the operating system and change it if you want to. I don't know anybody who's ever done that. I mean, yes, if you are an uber geek and you need that kind of control, Linux is for you, but you're not going to be convinced by this list anyway because you're already using it. I mean, I don't see people, modifying the kernel for their operating system to do something that it wasn't intended to do.
Yeah. See, this is where we miss Dave.
I think, yeah, and, I'm sure Dave will chime in on this at some point, but it just seems like the things in the list were things that the average user wouldn't care about, and I think they would care more about things like their peripherals working correctly, or trying to get sound to work, or play media files, all of which I've had trouble with on Linux systems. So it's an interesting list. I encourage people to use Linux or start using Linux, but I don't think it's the replacement for Windows or Mac OS yet.
I'll just remind people this latest version of Ubuntu makes it really easy to install a dual boot. I see Jen Wagner saying she's afraid. Don't be afraid, Jennifer. It's okay. It won't hurt you. And Linux has better games than Windows. I don't know about Mac, but more than just Free Cell. And that's not even on the list. That's number 26.
Wow. 26 bonus content. Okay. Kappan author interview series, Phi Delta Kappa. Phi Delta Kappa is an educational society, and they have a journal that comes out, regularly called the Phi Delta Kappan, and they have started a podcast where they interview really smart people in education about topics that are of interest to really smart people in education. So they're doing, brain research, and an interview about democracy at risk, an interview about how higher education impacts K-12 education, role of communities in local schools. So these are all episodes of their podcast that you can listen to, and that's at web.mac.com/ search for Kappan. It's Phi Delta Kappan.
So will you be posting your links again?
I've realized that I apparently can't run Uvu and Java at the same time, which has booted me out of the chat room 2 or 3 times now. So I will try to get in again, and if I can get in, I'll post all of these, and hopefully before you pull the transcript, so they'll be in.
Okay. Well, I wanted to throw this one in. I'm not sure how many people this will apply to, but if you're like me, your feed reader, blog reader, whatever is getting a little stale, and I certainly know I like to go out and find some new feeds, but I never want to take the time to do a full nice search. So the good folks over at I have the worst time saying this, Read Write Web have come out with oodles and oodles of OPML files. So they've grouped them in by all kinds of different categories, and these folks really know how to get the most out of the web and RSS feeds. So I would imagine any of these are absolutely outstanding, any of the files, and they have them, as I said, categorized in all kinds of different ways. Mobile feeds, so if you're interested in following things going on in mobile technology, they've got an OPML file for that, and so on and so forth. It just goes on to government watchdog groups and weird hunting blogs. How do you like that? I didn't even know there was a category. So you can take a peek and freshen up your RSS aggregator this week.
What a good idea. I see the 5013C cast. We might want to subscribe to that. This next one is for, well, nominally it's for EFL or ESL teachers. It's idioms defined and translated, but I came across quite a few that I wasn't quite sure about. It gives you a quick definition of them and the French and or Spanish equivalent. You can search, and there's also a little click and listen button. So useful for those teaching the language. Do you know what all at sea means? If I say, oh, that's all at sea.
No.
No, I don't.
Your explanations are confused. I'm all at sea. There you go.
So at sea means confused?
Yes. You know what it means to be a dog's dinner?
A dog's dinner?
Yes.
Apparently not.
This show is just a dog's dinner. It's
A
incomprehensible.
feast.
I don't know.
Like
Maybe
the
they
idiom.
just made up the definitions, but
Maybe.
there's, lots of idiom stuff there.
And that's
John.
different from a dog's breakfast, then?
I'd have to look further into that.
All right. EduSlide is a site, and we've talked about several of these, but this is a site where you can share online coursework. If you've developed a course or you want to develop a course that you want to teach online and you don't have anywhere to put it, you can go to eduslide.net and they will allow you to host it there. And it looks like, unlike some of the other sites that we've reviewed here, it looks like they actually have content there, real courses that real people have put there, and you can access those courses and use that content. And then also Utah State has launched an open courseware site at ocw.usu.edu and put many of their courses online and the resources for those courses, and they're encouraging educators to use them, and also anybody who's interested to actually take those classes, obviously not for credit, but you can access the course content in any of those sites or from any of those courses at that site, and went to that site, and Cindy Danner-Kuhn was right there on the front page. She's one of our listeners, so thanks to her for all of her efforts as well.
Okay, Jeff, you just chased away Jennifer Wagner with your idiom. The link. All right. I found my link that I was talking about before from Adobe. It's billed as the, quote, new, and you can see that now because we're in video. You can see my air quotes, the new Google Docs. It's called Buzzword. Sorry, I typed it in there as Buzzwork. It's actually buzzword.acrobat.com. And I guess they purchased this back in September, and now we're just getting around to getting it all up in on the Adobe site. And I would imagine this is the first of probably a whole platform. I'm just guessing, but if you read the link that I just put in the chat room, actually the second link I'm just putting in the chat room, it gives a little bit more of a description of what they're trying to accomplish. But I don't know. I kind of like Google Docs, so I'm wondering what this would do that Google Docs can't do for us. But you can check it out at buzzword.adobe.com.
And I see Jen reporting that her browser is not able to run that. The new Firefox, yeah. That's the tough thing about the 3 release candidate is that it's real stable, but it doesn't run almost any add-ons. I think Delicious is available for it, but most are not. All right, this may be my final link of the night. It is Live Marks by Alex Bosworth. It's a kind of cool. It's a live Delicious feed, so you can watch as the latest Delicious feeds scroll, or the latest Delicious bookmarks scroll by, and you can sort by tag or whatever else. Alex has been a very busy guy. He's got all sorts of Ajax-y tools out there. Some might be worth checking out. I put a link into his page that links to all of those as well.
All right. Well, I can wrap up here with Feed Killer, which is a site that is a remarkably simple thing, but I haven't found in a lot of other places. Basically, you give it a bunch of RSS feeds, it aggregates them into a single feed so that you can plug that into a reader or embed it onto a blog or wherever you need it, and it aggregates the content from all of those feeds. Real simple. So I put my blog in and my wife's blog and my wife's other blog, and then we have one feed that has all our stuff in it. Feedkiller.com.
There was a quick link. All right. My last link of the night, then, this looks really cool. I don't think we've talked about PowerSet before. Have we? PowerSet.com? No. It is a search engine right now only for Wikipedia, but I'm guessing this is just the tip of the iceberg, but it's the whole semantic web search type thing, and you really do have to try it. It's kind of hard to explain it, but you're able to enter in a topic, a phrase, or a question, and the way it returns the results is just pretty slick. And like I said, you kind of have to try it. It's too difficult to try to explain it, but it really takes the whole idea of search and returning things and then being able to link to a link to a link to a whole new level. So give it a try. It's powerset.com. And that's my last link of the night, too.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around what that means, semantic search or whatever, but there is a video at PowerSet that kind of helps explain it and shows the functionality. So worth keeping an eye on. I'm done. I'm not going to make something up.
How about upcoming? Anything upcoming this week besides your class that we know about? But anything else?
I'm not that I know of. I'm just like here.
That really was a trick question.
I'm teaching, yeah. Earth Bridges had another session a few hours ago, and you can catch the audio from that. Again, that's going to be World Bridges environmental Earth-based community for those concerned about those things. It stemmed out of the Earthcast during the Earth Day. So anyone interested can go to earthbridges.net. It'll take you to the planning wiki.
And I definitely think we should thank everybody for contributing this week. I think we had maybe not a record, but certainly one of the largest contributed links. So thank you, everybody, for contributing. And John, how would one do that as you're signing out? How would you contribute a link for next week?
If you are tagging something with Delicious, you can just add an additional tag for :EdTech Talk, FOR :EdTech Talk, and we will get that link and hopefully incorporate that into a future show. And we thank everyone, as Jen said, for contributing their links, and certainly you make the content of the show. So thanks, everyone.
And we'll just
Anything else?
Content. We'll just mention that the recording of this spectacular video will be included in the post for EdTechWeekly77 at edtechtalk.com/EdTechWeekly77.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us this week, and hopefully we will be back next week with Dave returning and all the excitement that entails. Everyone have a good week. Take care.
Come join us. I've still got 20 minutes until I have to go to Hanoi. And the cool thing, one of the things we didn't mention about uvu is it's very democratic. The three of us are in this conference now, but no one is the host. Any of us could leave, and the conference still stays where it is. And I believe anyone can call any of us, and we can bring them into the conference. So,
but call somebody who has more RAM available than me.
And there were numerous requests for you to turn the lights on, John.
Yes, all of the lights in the room are actually on, so I'll have to, wire something up or get some studio lights in here or something.
It doesn't sound quite as smooth to uvu me. Like Skype me sounds natural, but what would you say, uvu me?
It's not a verb.
Do I still have my goofy audio, or can I unmute? Or still
You can
goofy?
unmute, yeah.
We'll
Okay.
live with it.
Gosh, I wonder what happened.
And it doesn't seem as
And
bad
Jennifer
now.
Wagner, you can bring in just audio if you don't have a webcam. We did that earlier with Doug and just brought him in audio.
I bet J-Dub doesn't have lipstick on. Is probably the issue.
Yeah, don't be shy,
Probably.
Jen.
It's actually
But
gloss. The Wowers use
Gloss.
gloss.
That's true. I do have gloss myself on tonight. Anybody else? There must be somebody out there with a
someone's calling.
webcam or... Yay! Doug Farmington!
Hey, gang.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
How's everybody doing?
Doing great.
What happened to your face?
I just wanted to say that, Jen, your audio got better just before you started the muting thing. Like, whatever it was came and went by the time you checked out again.
Oh, wouldn't you know it? But did
But
the
John
audio
had to reboot, so at
sound
least
okay?
that... Yeah, it did. The audio sounded fine, but it had gotten better just as you left again. But
It could
John
be me
needs
too.
some more RAM over there or something.
I am running like 2 gigs of RAM, 2.5 maybe. I don't know what it is.
How many
we
first-person
got
shooting
national.
games are you running at the same time?
Yeah, really. And there were only 30 or 40 tabs in Firefox.
Oh, this is awesome!
Hey, look at that. There's
I
Matt.
love this.
2 gigs of RAM.
This is great.
I had no idea he was so young. I didn't realize you were still in high school. And he's a race car driver. Who knew?
There we go.
This is so awesome. I love uvu.
Me too.
I think this is great. But Jeff, my only question to you is, can you stream uvu?
For those who don't know, Jen has asked me that about a dozen times and just won't accept no for an answer.
That must be part of my audio issue. I keep, I guess, not hearing the answer.
I think
But
it's
Jen,
coming in
look at all the
2.0.
UVU product managers listening.
So Jeff, how are you doing this? Are you using a like cam twist kind of application, or
Yeah, I'm
same
using...
way you?
Oh, Sheila's calling. We're going to hit 6.
Webcam
the
Max,
first
I'm
time.
guessing is what he's using.
6.
Oh, webcam. Okay.
Yes.
Hey Doug, how you doing, by the way?
Very well, Matt. Sorry I missed you earlier today, but I look forward to catching up there.
Yeah, we kind of had to do a little. We just pushed it up a couple.
Good. Hi, Sheila.
Hi there. I think I got something else running. Hang on.
So, are we at our max, Jeff? Do you want me to, like, step out or something? If you want to bring, or what do you, how many can you get in?
I'll
I
jump
think
out again
6.
so you can tell me with the camera in, Jeff.
That's okay. We should at least try to break it. See what happens when the 7th calls. But
All
thank
right.
you for
I'll
volunteering.
stay that long
All right.
and I'll bail out.
And I'd have to say, bandwidth-wise, it feels kind of light. I haven't had any of that Skype, warble. Here's the story of...
I'm looking at the John.
Wait,
Wait, no, I got it.
Tickle.
and we're not in the same relative place because you're above me, Jen.
Hey, 3 more so we can play Hollywood Square.
There we go.
Oh, really? So I'm on your
Jen's
screen.
up there. Jen's up there,
really?
and Jeff's over there. Oh,
Like Jeff's over
there,
here
actually.
to me. Let's see.
Huh.
Jeff's over there for
That's
me.
there.
Well, Jeff, you're over
Sheila's
there.
there. John's
Jeff
there.
and Jen are pointing at each other right now. I'm pointing at everybody from where I am. You guys kind of see
Okay,
me.
so what happens? What happens if we answer Skype calls?
Oh, I bridged it the other night.
All right.
I have to mute
That's right.
myself, but we can actually bridge an UVU with a Skype.
All right, J-Dub, call Jeff. Because
Oh, she
I'm
did
clicking
call
on
John,
answer and
which-
it's not working. She was calling me, and
Oh.
yeah.
Sean
I
saying
don't think
there's
I'm
some
going to be able to
echoing on
answer
the
that.
Ustream.
Is it me? Let me mute. I'll mute.
I don't hear it. So I'm wondering, Sean, is it possible that you have 2 Ustreams open? And is anyone else hearing echo on the Ustream?
Because the second tab in your browser will bring the Ustream in again. That one's caught me a couple times.
I'd be interested
Doug,
to
you
see
sound
if it works
awesome.
better with you, Kathy. Thank you, Thespian.
Doug, your audio
Doug,
sounds
you ha-
really good, by the way.
Wait, Doug and Jen both have EPCs with the camera on. Does this work on there?
I would imagine. Oh. I don't know, because you have to download something, right?
And
Oh, yeah. And they did say there's not a Linux version out.
Oh.
right, and I'm not on the little machine tonight.
Yeah.
I'm on my new desktop.
Oh, that's why you
Nice.
sound awesome. You sound very clear.
Thank you. I'm using a headset now too.
Jen is trying to call. Did you all get calls from Jen?
I got one from her, and I thought I had her in here with myself muted, but obviously I didn't. I had her in a Skype call at the same time, and had my microphone muted. I was hoping you guys might be able to hear her.
No.
I'll drop out and she can call.
Well, no, she doesn't.
Oh,
She
look
wants
at
to
that.
call on
Sheila
Skype.
just... Oh, she's calling on Skype.
She's
Yeah.
calling on Skype.
She's trying to do
I
the
don't have my
bridge
Skype
thing
open.
there.
That's why you're not answering.
We also troubleshoot here on Sundays.
Yeah. And we should point out that Uvu is free for the version that we're using, right? You can pay more and get
no, this is
more
the,
people.
the free premium version. Or not the free premium. This is our 30-day free trial of the premium version.
I see. Okay.
This is our. I wish we could still do 5 people version.
So one
After
person
the
needs
30
the
days.
premium. how would it work? One person would need the premium in order to do a 6-person conference call, or everybody?
I don't know that, and that's a very interesting question.
That comes back to the democratic thing where you think everybody would need it for that to continue to work.
You're right, though, yeah. Otherwise, what's the incentive to upgrade or whatever? Just have one person upgrade it. But that would be,
right. And Jen's asking how it works. Jennifer, it's just a client out of Skype or any other where you download the desktop client and join the conversation that way. So, Jeff, do we know any more about what people were having to do to get it to load on Mac? I heard some more talk in the chat room. I think it was something about installing it in a folder on the dock or something that people said they had to do. Daryl and Jose particularly the other night.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't speak Mac, as Jeff calls it. So. Jeff's doing special Mac?
I installed it on a Mac, and there wasn't a whole lot. Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot to it. It just unpacked the folder and dragged it into the applications folder or whatever. So it wasn't too tricky.
You know what? I don't see where it says that the 6 goes away. I'm looking on the uvu site right now. It doesn't make a big deal that it's a special premium thing.
Oh, yeah?
And Sheila's just saying in the chat room that sometimes she can see it and sometimes she can't in terms of uvu on her Mac.
Yeah, I don't think this is just a temporary thing. At least what I'm reading, they're not being clear about it on the website, that it's temporary.
I remember seeing... Oh, Sheila's calling.
I was going to say I
back
have to check the email that I got from them, but I thought there was a 30-day something too, unless that was an extra something that was for 30 days.
Maybe it's the recording or something, maybe?
Yeah, something like that perhaps.
Welcome back, Sheila.
It's a great sound effect.
Did you have any
Are you
Mac
still talking
insights?
about Mac problems?
Hmm.
Okay, yeah. I was having problems with it today. I quit it, and then I tried to open it again, and nothing happened. And my Firefox just came up, and that was it. And I closed that window, and I hit it again, nothing happened. And I just happened to put my cursor of the mouse on top of the word Firefox, and all of a sudden the uvu showed up. And I couldn't figure it out. Sometimes windows pop up, sometimes I don't. I didn't have a problem installing it, but once I quit it, then there was issues.
I'm sorry, we're not ignoring you. That's the thing with this. You can't. No, I was listening carefully. I just, no, I did find information about the pricing there, and they don't seem to be especially friendly with Mac people or Mac systems.
Yeah, you know what? You're right on the price.
Go ahead. The bottom line is it's working sometimes, and just kind of fool around with it, and then it can go find it. That's all.
And we've already seen it's important to check your settings in uvu, the same with Skype and some of the others, to make sure that it's actually talking to the microphone you think it is and that kind of thing as well.
Right. And make sure your webcam microphone is off.
And I think some people have issues if they have an internal camera on a laptop and then want to use a secondary USB camera. So some of those things can add to the fun as you get connected.
Mm-hmm. And we should mention that this also allows for sending video messages, which could certainly be of use for schools. It's a pretty easy way to record a hello.
Jeff, will you be using uvo with your class? upcoming?
Maybe. I just discovered it after my last contact with Miss Ha, so I thought best not to try it untested on day one, so I think we'll test it and see how that works.
Excellent. I love the fact that a faculty member is saying to me, it's best not to use it untested on day one. Like that would ever be a consideration. That's those in education technology don't hear that often.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous,
So Jen's
actually.
installing Ubu now.
You're going to be fine. Sorry, Sheila, what was that?
Jen's installing Ubu now.
Oh, cool.
Great.
Yeah, it's a little laggy here for me, Sheila, on my Mac. I've started to notice. So.
And I just want to remind people it's not too late to say hello.
Oh, you beat me, Jeff.
Actually, it looks like on my Mac, it just appears like it's kind of the video is kind of coming in and out. Sometimes it seems to be smooth, and sometimes it appears to be a little laggy. Like right now, it's laggy again. So who knows?
And you're frozen.
Yeah, I just noticed it kind of froze. But can you still hear my audio?
Yep, just
Audio
fine.
sounds fine.
Yeah, it certainly affects the video to keep the audio, and that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks kind of like it's an application thing too. It looks like my little windows in Uvu have kind of locked up, and I can't really move them around. So, yeah, Sheila, who knows? Yeah, you might be right. It just might not be. Yeah, well, it's still the beta version. I don't know. Is it the beta version on the PC side of things?
I would
I think
imagine
so.
beta everywhere.
So
I
Jen
think
is
Skype's
good
still
to go.
called beta as far as it goes.
Could I ask someone
Alright,
to fall
I'll
on their
drop out.
sword?
Yep,
Oh,
I will.
Yeah, that's me.
I'll go away.
You all don't have to sound so anxious. Wow, Sheila just went.
Go on.
Wow.
Oh, and it tells us that you're calling Jen, so we can bail if we
Yep.
were so inclined.
And I did try bringing in a seventh, and didn't work.
Does it give you an error, or it just doesn't work?
It just said, "Hey, you can't bring in 7 in. You know the limit is 6."
What are you doing, man?
Yo,
Hollywood
Jada.
stars. Yeah. Jen!
Jada.
Yeah, I'm here, but
Hey.
Echoey.
I'm
Jen,
not
you
here.
look-
I look like
You
a
could
duck.
be
Hey, that
you
means
could
I
be
was like
Doug's
Dr.
sister.
Kudos.
You look just like him.
Yeah. The familiar
Oh my! I had no
resemblance is
idea you and
remarkable.
Doug look exactly alike.
We're twins. We're twins.
Now, how did an
No.
experienced webcaster like you not have a headset handy?
Oh, I usually do, but
Typically at this point I'd have a headset on.
I'm sorry. I don't like
What
wearing
is
the
Kathy?
headset.
Kathy said she'd like the idea of the person who told us about Ubu.
Well, here's my idea.
This is really weird, though. Skype. When you went to 6, my computer, and it shouldn't matter, should it, that my computer just slowed down tremendously?
Well, it
That's what
matters
mine's
to you.
been doing all night.
Okay.
And poor Matt's still frozen.
Yeah, can you
Yeah,
guys
Matt
hear me?
does look
mid-word
like a
there.
NASCAR driver, doesn't he?
Yeah, we can hear you, Matt.
Yeah, this is really. My Ubu is totally locked up on me.
Wow.
But it's still working.
It's working great. I can't move. I mean, but it is. I think the only way to get out of the application at this point is a force quit, which is. Oh, actually, my whole computer's. Looks like everything's totally frozen right now. I can't do a thing but talk to you guys on Ubu.
All right,
Your
then it's a
computer is
success.
now a phone.
Wow.
You know, I have to say, I really love the concept of a NASCAR driver with Schwinn. You know, the Schwinn team.
I'm
afraid...
about as far from a NASCAR fan as you'll ever get. This is my cycling jersey.
I'm thinking I should probably step out and get ready for class.
Oh, come on, Jeff.
But the
you have
nice
a
thing
half an hour.
the nice thing is that the call continues. I hang up. You all are still connected, and anybody can call any of you.
So we can keep
Well, thank you,
talking.
Jeff.
I believe so.
Right. And we can talk about Jeff.
You could, and it wouldn't be streamed, so you're good to go.
But the video's going to stop, right? Because you're videoing. You're
Correct.
recording.
The Ustream would stop. Yeah.
No, I mean, are you recording video in Ubu or Uvu?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go see my peeps downstairs eating dinner, so I'm going to sign off too. This was really,
I'll
really
bring
fun.
my video
Thank you,
next time.
Jeff, for being a pioneer and
Well,
doing this.
pleasure to see you all.
Bye.
Bye.